So this specific paper was published with the Philosophical Journal of Conflict and Violence in Budapest. And the key findings were essentially the fact that, as Spengler argued, every single culture goes through the similar stages and the same stages of morphological development. They all go through similar stages of birth, growth, expansion, and eventual manifestation of their philosophical forms, their scientific forms, their own form of art, their own form of architecture, and eventually decline in a similar manner. And which led me to a secondary finding, and I think the most important finding for us nowadays is the fact that these specific symptoms of decline are manifesting themselves in the current global culture or Western culture that we're witnessing today. And I think which leads to a final question of this specific research is, can we stop this decline at this specific moment of history? Are we at a point in history where we can actually reverse the decline by any chance? So I've always been fascinated with the rise and decline of specific cultures across history and civilizations in general. So one of the papers that I currently think is relevant is a paper I published with the Philosophical Journal of Conflict and Violence, titled Brave Pessimism and the Clash of Caesarism and Democracy in Spengler's Philosophy of History. So in that specific paper, we explore Spengler's philosophy of history, his idea of the rise and saturation and eventual decline of specific cultures, and we try to find how these specific symptoms are manifesting themselves in cultures in current time, in real time. Another paper I'm also, that I think is relevant to this specific topic and is also relevant to the current world we're in, explores and compares the speculative philosophy of history, like those of Spengler, with recently emerging disciplines within history, such as big history and deep history. I think what this research does is it would inspire students and future researchers to dive further into sociological research on notions of progress, on exploring notions of cultural bankruptcy, cultural rejuvenation, the possibility of empowering cultures and allowing them to survive even within stages of chronic decline, whether these cultures can grow, and even within the fields of international business and international economies, to allow students to actually explore the concepts of macro cycles in economics, how these transformations from one age of the Industrial Revolution can drastically lead to and eventually shape the world in ways where we have future industrial revolutions as well, leading to other stages of globalization. And all these notions are essentially interconnected. So definitely one of the lasting impacts of this research is to allow and inspire students to actually have a multidisciplinary approach in research as well.